Good morning. Welcome to my Louise Hay Trust Life episode. Today is June the 15th. My birthday's coming up. She says, I am in charge of my life now. Do you feel like you're in charge of your life? Do I feel like I'm in charge of my life? Yes, actually, now I really do. I feel like I'm in charge of a lot of things now. I used to think that I was run by a lot of different things, but actually as I look back on my life and see all the things that I created, I didn't have the vocabulary that I have now, but I was in charge of a lot of things. Setting goals and planning things and putting things out to the universe. Like I said, I didn't have the vocabulary that I have now, but I would put things out to the cosmic kitchen and I would manifest a lot of things. For instance, the bigger ones are the marathons and the ultra marathons. And you might think, oh, that's the selfish stuff, but those marathons, running those marathons and those ultra marathons taught me so much, and they really became a template for creating Hearts Haven Ranch. And for those of you who don't know what else I do, in 2007, Stuart and I moved down from Calgary, Alberta to Raymond, Alberta. We had bought a 73-acre plot of land that was empty. There was nothing on it. And we created Hearts Haven Ranch. And everything that you see if you go to the website, www.heartshavenranch.ca, everything there we built. And we've created space for a lot of people to come in to receive and create for themselves. Huge, huge progress for themselves. It's been absolutely wonderful to meet and be with people as they journey through life and progress and grow. Our little horse show that we were at this weekend is an example of that. People struggling and finding their learning and putting into place things that will change that struggle to more function. It's wonderful how it works, and horses are great, great teachers for that. So Louise says, I am in charge of my life now. You actually are in charge of your life for a long, long time. I have an itchy nose. Many of us have an inner child who is lost and lonely and feels rejected. That inner child idea is the connection with ourself. That place of vulnerability in ourself that we cover up so carefully, because when we're vulnerable, we are vulnerable. When we feel into those emotions that are more softening and actually expanding, but are in that space of vulnerability, there can be a lot of fear in that. If our vulnerability has been used incorrectly before, or has been taken advantage of, or we haven't known how to process information that comes through that challenges our vulnerability. But as we're learning here now, we're learning how to process things, how to keep the memories, how to keep the experiences, and let go of the extra energy that blocks us. So here we go. I'm going to start again. I always get started and then stop. Many of us have an inner child who is lost and lonely and feels rejected. Perhaps the only contact we have had with our inner child for a long time is to scold and criticize it. Then we wonder why we're unhappy. We cannot reject part of ourselves and still be in harmony within. I'm going to say that again. We cannot reject part of ourselves and still be in harmony within. For now, visualize that you're taking your inner child by the hand and going everywhere together for a few days. See what joyous experiences you can have. Now, as I read that, I had that little vision of myself taking, and I thought, that's going to be exhausting because my little child is scared of a lot of stuff. I thought, that's an interesting concept. So that's something that I get to sit with now and go, oh, if I practice this and take my little inner child along by the hand through my day, and my first thought was it was going to be exhausting. That's interesting information for me to work with for my personal self. See what joyous experiences you can have. This may sound silly, but please try it. It really works. Create a wonderful life for yourself and your inner child. The universe will respond, and you will find ways to heal your inner child and the adult in you. Let's affirm, I love my inner child. I am in charge of my life now. And how does taking that little inner child help us be in charge of our life? Well, as I had that experience, that in the moment experience, reading that to you and working with that with you, I think, I am actually afraid of things because, I'm tough and I'm 62 and I've built all this and I'm not afraid of anything. Well, actually I am. I'm afraid of a lot of things. My little inner child is afraid of a lot of things. Afraid of vulnerability, afraid of not being liked, afraid of being exhausted, of being worked too hard. That one was the one that just came to me. So as you sit with simply the concept of, is there an inner child within me? And as those things come up and you say, oh no, there isn't, or there is, or there, and just feel into that. These puppies are very rambunctious. Even though I don't understand the concept of an inner child, I'm willing to learn about my whole self. Even though I reject the idea of an inner child, I'm willing to learn about my whole self. Even though I don't understand that inner child stuff, and it sounds a little bit silly and hokey, that's crazy. Here I am, 62, I'm an adult, I've done this, I have these and these credentials. Is there an inner child in me that's immature? I'm willing to receive all of who I am. I'm willing to love all of who I am. I'm willing to feel into the places that feel stuck in me. I'm willing to feel into the fear. All this fear. This is just coming organically at the moment. All this fear, I don't even know what the fears are. I just feel into these fears. I'm feeling into the fear. I'm feeling into the fears. And as you tap and say, I'm feeling into the fears, just allow yourself to receive images, receive colors, receive sensations in your body. Allowing ourselves to receive. Receive information. And if some of the information is frightening, receive that fear. Just maybe even categorize it, file it, put it away for later use. Even though I am feeling fearful, I'm willing to learn how to create more expansion. I'm willing to learn how to receive joy. As soon as I said that, I could feel a softening in the back of my body, in my sacrum area. I'm willing to learn how to receive delight. I accept the challenge. I accept the invitation to take my little child by the hand today and have her walk with me through my day and observe her feelings and her information. Thank you. Namaste. I love you. If you have information or things that you'd like to share, put them into the comments. I'd love to hear from you about what you experienced, perhaps. And if you want to keep things private, that's fine. But if you experienced things as you listened and as you felt into yourself, I'd love to hear the comments either here in the post or privately to me. Namaste. I love you.